I'm home. I'm home, friends. Back in North Carolina, I'm warming up by the fireplace here at our Glow Mission House. And it was cold in Ukraine. It was very cold, like down to 5, I think was the lowest I saw. But my heart is full and warm. And I want to tell you just briefly about my trip. I want to thank you guys for sending me again across the world to go love as well. The day we left was a little sketchy because there was electricity was out in the house in Ukraine. Heavy bombing and shelling, one of the biggest air sonic ballistic missiles hit, and but we talked to our team, we sought counsel, had the peace of God, which is what matters. And as soon as we made the decision, was full of God's peace and joy, and the trip was incredible. And as you can see, I'm back safe and sound. So I want to tell you what happened, and because you give, because you love, because you care, you support, and you pray, lives are being changed, and that's what we love. So I got to go over there, and a few of the highlights the biggest highlight is the people. Seeing our team, you never know what a word of encouragement might do. I got to spend lots of time with Sergey Lysak, our director of operations over there, Victoria, his wife and beautiful family, his team. Got to speak words of encouragement into their life, and it was just amazing to be with them and see their work. So one of the main things we did was we had received some grants from some generous donors for specific work, and one of them was putting in a children's church building in Hostomel, Ukraine. There's a church we developed there it really rose out of just the traumas of war. People had need, they had no housing, and Sergey's team came in and they were putting in houses. A while back, Sergey invited 12 of these people to have lunch, and all of them gave their lives to Jesus. And a church started. It started in a church home. And last May, when Andrew and I were there, there was a foundation laid on some land they bought, and a church building was established. So I got to go there and speak at this church to 70 people now, and 19 kids came on stage, and I got to speak into their lives about what was going to happen in that children's house that I saw go in while I was there. In that same town, there's also Natasha. She's someone we've highlighted, who we've helped to rebuild their houses. They have like 6 kids. And we got to visit with Natasha and her 2 kids, Vanya and Dasha. And these are kids who I think of every single day. They're like my little leaders of the church in Hostomel. I got to take them some Christmas, and I got to just encourage them and pray with them, and exhort them as the leaders there. And I'm telling you, the church is on the rise. There's also some other churches. There's a church in Mission that is starting in a home, and soon probably will have some land in a church building. That's another town right there near Bucha-Irpin, where the war was very, very intense, and lots of damage, lots of homes going in. So another church is sprouting up. Then I got to go to Chernobyl region with Maxime and be there for the dedication of that church building where all the babushkas are. This is a ministry that's been going on for 6 years. I was there for their 6-year anniversary, and got to be there. Some soldiers showed up. All the babushkas took it up an offering and gave it to the soldiers. It was just like so much loving and giving that I was seeing happening while I was there. Got to speak and encourage and love on some of the most precious women that we've been loving on for years. And we're about to have some more opportunities because there's great need in Ukraine with our widows, our elderly, and as the war needs go up, the government they take more from them and they put towards the army. So anyway, I feel like I got to hear, and I hear a lot about what's coming for the people of Ukraine, and was positioned there for that. Also got to have a dinner, some wonderful dinners. One with Nikolai Kuleba, the head of children's rights for Ukraine. He's worked right under Zelensky, and he is a man of God who is fighting to get children back from Russia with Save Ukraine. I actually took his bracelet from him. I said, "Can I have your bracelet?" And he gave it to me. So Save Ukraine, you can look that up. He was in 60 Minutes. Got to have a great dinner with him, very strategic, about things that may happen in the future with Sergey and him and Glow Mission. And we also had a dinner with Marina, our orphanage director from Alexandria, and Maxime. So I had my head of the orphan ministry, head of the widow ministry, and we got to pray and talk and plan and just share our hearts over what's going on. Most of the time was with people and my grads. I got to have Christmas with several of my grads. I've known them for 8 years. I've watched them grow. Now they're helping in humanitarian aid. They're doing wonderful things with their life. I got to be with Arthur and Kate at their house. They're the ones who got baptized at our house in Ukraine when the war started, and got married there. And I got to have dinner in their home with Deanna, our sweet little spicy girl that I love so much. She's doing amazing things with YWAM. And so that's just an overview. If you want the long version of what happened on the trip, check out the link. I give like day by day all the blows. I get to see my boy Sasha. You can hear about that. And I just want to thank you again for this amazing trip. And special shout out to Yulia, who, I'm telling you, this journey, it took 2 days to get out, 2 days to come in, and Yulia traveled that whole way with me. So there's so many ways you can love others well. And I hope that you will be inspired in your own life, in your own world, to just ask God to use you in ways to bless and encourage others, and to love well. Love Him with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love others. That's what the greatest call is. So thank you so much for sending me. Bye-bye.